So, we hear you to want a shot at our championships tomorrow, huh?
Well, yeah, you guys don't seem to care much about the NXT roster, so why not?
Oh, we would think about what the NXT roster has to offer. But of course, that has to be interrupted by you and your shiny new girlfriend over here, Kyla Unko. Who in the hell do you think you are? You've been signed here for about, 3 weeks now? And all of a sudden, you get to different title opportunities and a boyfriend. You come here and start thinking about nobody else on the roster but yourself. That sounds pretty familiar. Does it, Atlas? I guess you really are good at fetching selfish people.
Okay, first and foremost, we're not dating. Second, the whole reason our part of this rivalry started was because your husband didn't like the fact Atlas has moved on from you guys. Atlas chose to do the right thing.
And what's that exactly? Ditching your friends just for you. I mean, you call yourself the savior, right? Who or what exactly are you saving these days? Ever since you saved him from whatever hell you think he was going through, now you don't want to think about anybody else.
You think it's very odd that you two specifically would be paired together. The two people that have history with the same person. Like what Tritonal said, why him specifically? Let's face it. You didn't save him just to have him make better decisions. You only want him for yourself, and you just want to make Jordana Rellin jealous. Like Jordana, you're a fraud, Kyla. And the fact Atlas doesn't see that is just very sad.
You're more of a deceiver than a savior. Atlas, are you seriously going to listen to someone you've known for 3 weeks?
Enough. Leave her alone. Both of you. It may have been 3 weeks, but I trust her a lot more than I trust you guys now. Her feud with you, Viola, wouldn't have happened if Tritonal and Jack weren't trying to convince me to remain in the Thunderous One, the faction that was made out of the most aggressive and selfish talents in WWE today. I left that faction because I figured that if I were to stay there, all of our mistakes will probably be repeated.
Probably. Really? You left one of the most dominant factions today over a probably. Okay. Those mistakes were only done once before. You probably didn't even think about us preventing all of our previous mistakes from happening again.
And you have? Look, I know I've made my own mistakes during my own time, and we both know that you and everyone else did as well. Assembling a group full of those that share those mistakes could only make things worse. We were all friends at one point, and I do wish we all still were. But now that we're back here, all of you have changed. And me being involved in a controversial faction like the Thunderous One is something I can't risk my WWE career for, especially not when we were all given another chance. We are all lucky that the WWE was this generous to bring us all back here, even though we don't deserve it. Now with her, Kyla Unko is not some replacement for anybody else. She's been dominating the independent scene around the world for a very long time. Which I'm not surprised neither of you would have known because you two came from Hollywood. She has every good reason to be in the position she is in now. And as someone who's also been in her shoes, I respect everything that she's doing right now in the WWE.
Okay. Sorry to insult your precious, Gollum. We don't care what she's been doing in the independent scene. Girl, I didn't need to jump in the indies to get to where I am now, and neither did my husband. And at Crown Jewel tomorrow evening, we will continue to shove all of that potential y'all think you have down your throats.
Or when we beat you tomorrow, we will show you why our journey to come here and become champion was worth the wait. In case you forgot, outside of this parameter, there are wrestlers, professional wrestlers from all around the world. They aspire to be exactly like us, WWE superstars. And if both of you are going to shame on our paths, then you guys are shaming on the majority of the world of professional wrestling, including those from the past, the present, and even those in the future. We are the saviors of professional wrestling. Standing tall to someone as selfish as you two is our job. And this is exactly what motivates us to continue doing what we love to do, bringing balance and sportsmanship to the WWE. And that will continue tomorrow night at Crown Jewel.
You know, I'm glad to see you two on this stage with the two of us in front of all of these annoying people. Because it's no secret at this point that it takes more than the boy himself to walk on his own to feet around a place like WWE, especially as one of the faces of the company.
Yeah, the guy who thought he can run the place against management all by himself without any help is talking about my purpose. I mean, at least I wasn't fired. Twice. You think I'm here because of my wife? Like you're not in the position you're in now because your girlfriend here is the niece of a WWE Hall of Famer.
Exactly. Why complain about our relationship? LJ, your career was just fine from the start until he met you.
Radina, you can complain about me all you want, but the last thing you should ever insult is my family and him. If he never cared about me, he wouldn't have been with me for the last 5 years. Our love is a lot more genuine than yours. Plus, you should be the last person to talk about relationships. Didn't you form this relationship with Trey Moore after lying to him about his parents?
Okay, Brianna, now that's too far.
Oh, so now it's too far. Then keep my family and my relationship out of your damn mouths.
Well, in that case, you might as well try to do the same with Gaige Felicity and James Crimson's families. I mean, we still don't like those guys, but you two insulting their families is also unnecessary.
Unnecessary. Yet, the guy that started this conversation and continues this conversation thinks that this topic is a lot better to start off with than what we're actually supposed to be talking about. Just like your entire WWE career, you're wasting our time.
All right, fine. Let's talk about what's going to happen tomorrow night at Crown Jewel. The package deal will make history as the first ever Crown Jewel champions. Not only that, I will become the first woman in WWE history to hold 3 championships, which is a lot more historic than just being related to a WWE Hall of Famer.
Don't push your luck with that, Radina. You can still lose 2/3 of those championships within a week. You still have a chance to mess that up tomorrow with the Crown Jewel Championship, and you have an even bigger chance to lose that Women's Championship to Kyla Unko next Friday. But don't worry, if or when you end up losing those titles within the next week, at least be proud that you will not be alone.
What do you mean by that?
How about you guys just try to beat us at Crown Jewel? And yes, we're definitely pushing the luck here on you guys because you need a hell of a lot more than we do.
Well, that's good. We can't wait to see how well that will age in the next 24 hours.